knew I was trying to do something. All right, let's have a look. Is this just a question? Is this green line, is that what's going to be in frame, or is that just the action safe? So this,
Uh, I think it's gonna be. I mean, my intention is for that grid line to be the whole frame, and not.
not this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So in that case, then you should make this black, completely black, so we can't see it, because basically what will happen is like something might look like it's working. Like for example, this framing works because we've got this nice gap here, let's say. But then when we actually watch it, like out is going to look like this, which you could say doesn't quite work as well. You could say, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, so it's just hard. It's just hard to kind of like judge without when you can see everything. So in the next one, if you can just put, you can just change the film gate color to all black, and that'll help with that. But
Okay.
let's rock and roll.
But boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink got me and him tickets to a Pitbull concert. And I already committed to that. And so if you say that I can't go, it's like you're taking something away from me. But boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink got me and him tickets to a Pitbull concert. And I already committed to that. And so if you say that I can't go, it's like you're taking something away from me. But boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink got me and him tickets to a Pitbull concert. And I already committed to that. And so if you say that I can't go, it's like you're taking something away from me. But boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink got me and him tickets to a Pitbull concert. And I already committed to that. And so if you say that I can't go, it's like you're taking something away from me. But boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink got me and him tickets to a Pitbull concert.
Nice.
And I already and I already
Cool. All right. So looking good. Looking good. Few things.
boss man.
Few real key points I think to fix, and then the rest of it's just smaller notes.
Okay.
So just coming off the sound. So this action here, you know the theory that we're drawn to movement, right? Our eyes, like if we're looking at a forest, something moves, we'll see it,
Mhm.
and it also goes to say like if there's lots of things moving, whatever's moving the most, it's going to grab our attention, right? And this here is moving the most. So
Ah.
in this action, I look at the knee. I don't look at the face.
Hmm.
Um,
Ah, okay. I was trying to figure out where to put that adjustment so that because I know you wanted the leg up higher in the frame. And if it's up higher, it doesn't actually fit under the desk. And so I was trying to figure out where to put that move, but I definitely get what you're saying.
okay, that's an easy fix. I would just have it here like this, and you're moving, right? So as you just come through here, instead of just going sideways like that, you can just come up like that, and you can just hide it. Like I won't know, no one would notice that you're like slightly lifting the leg as she's turning. It'll just look like she's coming closer.
Uh, Wait, say that again? I'm not sure I understand.
So if for example, see here, you're leaving her leg still. If
Hmm.
you just like, as soon as it leaves like this frame here, you could just start, if you set a key, like literally if you just set a key here and then delete everything to that pose there, as you're turning, it wouldn't be noticeable, I don't think. Because the arc,
You're just saying like as she turns, it just sort of like drifts up into that position kind of a thing?
exactly, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But also this looks I feel like this has got more curve on it than last week now.
It does.
Yeah, which looks nice. So it's not even like entirely like this is not any better for me than this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's like too needed. Um, yeah, because it's not entirely clear. I'd have to fiddle with this. I don't know if I could draw it for you, but like I would think you'd need more of this angle and to show more like that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't. That's the leg, not the hip line.
So
Um,
are you saying rotate the knee so that it's more angled rather than straight?
I would say so, but it's also fun. Like this is what I mean because this is what I mean by this thing here. Because if you look at it like this, that's what we're
Mm.
actually seeing. We're not seeing this, and so this is tricking us.
Right, right.
So let's see. See, so if you look at it like this, it doesn't really work because it just looks like a you know what I mean? It looks like you could put eyes on it or something. It's like a little head just popping up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's not a clear silhouette sort of thing. So the way to do that would be that we could see more um like that. Like I'm just gonna draw like that sort of thing. Right.
So I guess do you think the framing works better closer or farther?
I think as it is looks good. It's
Okay.
as I said, it's hard for me to say, but this does look like a cutting off her head.
Okay. Because I remember previously you had said you wanted the camera closer. So I was kind of thinking that that was going to be the framing, but I mean, I'm not like married to the framing. I can change it easily.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't think it's wise to cut off her hair in bits, you know what I mean? Like to have it like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that's too appealing. I think like she should fit nicely, and I think she fits nicely in this frame. I'm not sure. I can't see here why I would have said to get closer. Um, my bad if I did. But
It
yeah,
might have been the reference to him, or I mean the first week. I'm not sure.
yeah. Um,
Doesn't
all right.
matter.
Yeah, that's chill. But so yeah, so if we do keep this framing, then the leg kind of works, right? Because we can see more here.
Hmm.
We might just benefit from like a slight rotation. So to just see a bit more. Maybe we also want to see like that joint at the hips. I'm not sure where that joint at the hips is. You know what I mean?
Um,
Like I don't know what you call it. Like yeah, her vagina. You got to see that, I suppose.
okay, you want to see that? Okay.
I think so. Like, because at the moment it's not clear what's going on. Like,
Yeah,
it
it's
would help if we just saw like the seam in here or something, if there's one.
yeah. Okay, I get what you just want to see the Y shape, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
To see more to the picture, so it's not just like because at the moment this is all we've got. And it's if you look at it like line drawings, it's kind of like, what are we looking at? You know what I mean? Whereas if
Yeah.
you see this here, it makes more sense straight away.
Right, right. I mean, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a super minor note though, because we were talking about the movement, right? So yeah, so don't move that so much. Like just do like a little like this sort of thing, right? Like just a small thing. But I will say this is the only time that you are moving everything,
Hmm.
um, which is good. You're just doing it a bit too much, but so that's what's missing throughout the rest of the shot. Like a big one is like this isolated movement here. You see that?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Just that, just going like this. Um, So you need to connect everything. So it should and nothing should look like it's just an isolated thing. Like even when I try, I still move my chest. You
Hmm.
know? It's like really hard to do that. So that catches me. And then you do the same thing with the head, right? Just the head moving.
Right.
And here you've kind of got this one starts isolated, and then this one joins the isolation. So then it's just these two things.
Mm-hmm.
And then see how this is like the first time we get like a real movement, which works. But then don't squish the head. See how you're squishing the head, and then it's like slowly squashing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever squish the forehead unless it's like a super fast move. Like if she's still and it looks like the head is squashing, then it's gonna look weird because our skulls don't just squash.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. If you squash the skull, it's got to be like a movement or like something that's warrants it. If it's just like an expression change, you can squeeze the face, but don't squeeze the skull for sure.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll just go on as well. The isolation is happening in the mouth as well. If you just look at that, it's just the mouth moving. So we gotta connect that to everything. And then
Yeah, that section in particular, I was a little bit unsure about because it is exactly what you're saying. It's just the mouth, and it's like I know she's like she's totally planted in her chair, but and I know you were saying you wanted to like hold this pose for a while in the shot, which
mhm.
is fine. Um, but I'm not 100% sure. Like even when I look at my reference of myself, I feel like I would have to make like amp up the motion that my body is doing just so it doesn't look so isolated, you know?
Yeah, but you don't have to do that in your reference, right? That's it. Do that in Maya. So that's the point of reference is so I'm not a big proponent of I don't really use reference like on all these feature got my curtain on all the have you seen that my little feature wall? I don't know.
Uh
But
oh
I've
no,
all my films there normally, but I've also got a curtain because I do two things, and sometimes, and there's like the animation people that don't understand why I've got pictures on my wall, and then there's like other people that are like, why is this like guy got cartoons on his wall? You know what I mean? Like when it's
okay.
unrelated. So like
Yeah.
depending who I'm talking to, I open or close it. Um, but so all of those films, I didn't use reference. And
Okay.
the only time I used reference was when I got told to use reference because that was like the workflow of my lead. Like my lead was like that, and it was really annoying. He really tried to like we didn't get along. We didn't fight or anything, but we didn't work well together because he wanted reference. I didn't like reference. I like just getting in there and blah blah blah. And then I sort of wasted heaps of time on reference and blah blah blah. So anyway, with reference, I find it's just like if you can see what you want in your head, right? Then there's no point trying to put it in a video just to then move it from the video to the screen. You can just skip the video part if it's in your head. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you can't clearly see what you want in your head or experiment, then I understand it. Um, but then even if you do want to film it, you just take like certain things, like let's say you did like a funny little smirk, like that's a nice smirk. I'm gonna use that. Like you never use the timing because we don't ever act like the way her lips move is not going to be the way your lips move, for example. So there's a lot that like reference is really there as like a 10% sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I like the things that, you don't plan for in the reference that,
Exactly. Yeah.
those are a nice thing to kind of look at and see like, oh, I need that in my animation. But like
Mm.
when I film that section, uh like a lot of times when you film reference, you take like a little like when you move your arm, right? And you see yourself moving your arm, you can see your chest has a little bit of motion when your arm moves, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that like you can see like, oh, there's motion there in the reference, so I can amp that up, that motion up.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm saying like when I look at reference for that section where she's just like talking like this,
Yeah,
I don't see really motion to amp up. So I'm like, what am I gonna do there? You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there is no motion to amp up. There's just connectivity, which is missing. So that's correctly that's completely right. Like you can say a piece of dialogue like this without moving anything besides your mouth, but there's still micro movements and micro connectivity. So that's what's missing. Like, and don't forget there's breaths in between her talking. So it's like before a sentence, like and it's still there. It's not like this. It's not like blah blah blah, but it's there. It's micro. But at the moment, there's just nothing there. It's like dead still except for the lips. But another big thing I'm going to talk about is connecting the eyes with the lips. So I did. Have you watched this free tutorial thing that I made on the this one? Have you watched this one?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
This one is it's free, so you can just watch it.
Excuse me.
And it's just that tiny line saying
Excuse me.
"excuse me,"
Okay.
and but you can see how real it looks and how connected it looks, and it's because
Excuse me.
because you can see just in that
Excuse
line.
me.
I don't know if this will go full screen. Can you see full screen the thing? Is it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see the video.
yeah, cool. If you watch,
Excuse me.
see I move everything. Look at her shoulders. See that?
Uh-huh.
Chest is moving. Everything is moving. Like it's not like it's just saying excuse me, but she's got an accent on her head. She's got coming up with her chest, coming down with the head. It's all offset. She's got squash and stretch on her face and stuff. Um, it's all connected. So just that one tiny line.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
See that? So
Mhm.
so if you want to watch that, it can only help.
Excuse me.
Can only help really. But otherwise, the point is that even if it doesn't feel like there's a lot of movement, there's still movement that needs to be in there.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like you take curves from like the jaw or something and you copy those to like the other parts of the face and that helps a lot. Um but well it helps a lot with the face, right? But I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with the body, although I think the breathing is a good call for sure.
Well, it just comes to little accents. So there's certain words in a sentence that will command accent, like accent, or blah blah da da. There's certain words that will require a mood. Like if we just have a listen.
But boss man, I need to leave early today because my shrink.
With my you could raise like because my shrink, you know,
Hmm.
my shrink sharp. It's sharp. It's slow, and that'd be sharp. And the but you need an accent like but like not like crazy, but it could be there.
Yeah.
Boss man, boss man.
And basically this whole turn is kind of like linear, which is something I was going to mention. It's kind of soft, and you could go like boss man, like boss, like send it off with the boss. You know what I mean? Because at the moment she's like, there's no. It's all the same basically from here to here to here. But you could do like a big boss, and then when you open the boss, you say boss, you open the face, like bar, like boss man, like the thing of an open and close sort of thing.
Boss man, I need to leave early. Boss man, I need to leave early today because
And
Are
then
you are you saying like I understand what you're saying about the face? Are you saying that you feel like the chair turn is linear?
boss man, I need to leave early.
no, this could be fine.
Boss man,
Okay.
I think it's just because the way that she slowly eases into the turn there. See that?
Hmm.
And you've also got a bit of a like if you're looking at her face front on, you're going like that, I think. side up, and then
Oh,
straight
you're
up.
talking about the trajectory of her face?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would yeah, I guess just maybe like try something like that rather than that
Back the nose.
straight line. Yeah, maybe something like that. But the key is like you can have it like for example, it's really nice to do things in beats. Like I don't. It's like sometimes like you don't just turn once straight away. You go like a little bit and then the full one. You know.
Hmm.
So it'd be nice if she did like that, like the that break it up into two, so it's not just one like linear one. It's like two sharp ones. Like
Okay.
boss man. You know what I mean? Like maybe the but boss man like that.
Yeah.
That could be
Just
cool.
vary up the texture a little bit more.
Yeah.
Boss man, I need to, boss man, I need to leave, boss man.
And then I think I would I would I would delay that. So at the moment it's like bam, like smashing out.
Boss man.
Just like a little bit of that sass in there.
Okay.
And I would say still I'd still fix that thumb to be a bit more like that.
You don't like it?
That's a bit stiff. It's a bit stiff. Like we always. I don't know if I'm holding here, but like for example, when you're holding, like it's always like that. At the moment, it's kind of like that, which looks a bit uncomfortable.
I
Always hold.
was trying to like I was looking at the way that I hold my phone and it's like not like because you drew this um drawing where it was like in her like more in her thumb, it felt like. But I was like, well, I don't know, when I do it, I'm like, touching the phone with my thumb. So I feel like I need more room on the palm so that I can like,
Yeah, so it wasn't so much about that. It was more about the this. So this is the old drawing I had. It's more about this kind of like bend in the finger. Um,
okay,
and so if you look at that and then look at this, it's still the same thing I'm drawing. It's just the bend. Um, basically what it is you've just got here just a very straight thumb, and it kind of look like this looks cool, but otherwise it looks like a fork. You know what I mean? Just doesn't look like she's grabbing it. So if you
okay,
just um and it'd be and it's quite hard in this pose here to make it look like she's grabbing it, because if you just did that and then that, it still doesn't look quite nice. So the pose wasn't so much about that. Putting the phone in here just makes it so that you can get a nicer angle on the thumb and nicer angle on the fingers. See how it looks like she's holding it now? Um, Even if that's not the exact one you do, it just looks like she's holding it. So that's the only thing. Like here
okay,
it still looks like she's got like a hand like this, and that's the phone sitting in there basically.
okay, okay,
Yeah. And it's also facing away from her, like she's not using it. I think if you see how this is like more this kind of plane like this, with that one, it's like she's not using it. But I assume she should be using it.
oh yeah, so I was a little bit conflicted on that too because like if I wanted the audience to see at least some of her facial features and not just be turned away to look at their phone, but I also wanted the audience to see the phone. So I don't know. What do you have any recommendation there? Like should I have the phone be more in front of her, like more uh yeah, like more centered in front of her because then it like kind of impedes on the silhouette of the other hand.
Well, you,
Or
the way I've just drawn it looks fine.
okay.
Yeah, like it's not I think you might be thinking a bit too much of that. That's like people are not gonna notice that. Like you can see, like nothing's changing here, and this is only like moving like I don't even know what that is, like 3 millimeters. Like it's not an issue, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
And again, just remember nothing like when you're thinking of something like that, just think nothing is like, well, this I think you should pay attention, but this is a minor thing. But my point is, by the end of the shot, she might not even have a phone. You know what I mean? Like by the time we're in polish, like maybe the phone's a bad idea. You know, like somewhere along the line.
Okay.
So don't get too like worried about the little things, basically, yet.
Hmm.
Yet.
Okay.
Yeah, because yeah, it's crazy how much a shot can change between the blocking and the polish, right? So it's good, it's definitely good to like think things like that, but that one in particular is like it's like an easy fix. You just move like, you know what I mean, at any point, sort of thing. Um, the other thing is when she's going from here to here, it's um it's very slow,
Hmm.
and I like the slowness from here. Oh,
today because my
no, maybe I don't. So it's too slow. So just think whenever you've got this kind of timing, it's generally not gonna, I'm gonna notice it for one. And it's not gonna, I don't want to say it's never gonna look good because there's always a case for it. But if it's a body movement, it's not gonna look good because we don't move like that, which is equal timing, equal spacing. We always have either an ease in or an ease out and sharper like in the middle sort of thing. So one of the biggest things ever that made me understand animation was just understanding that this is the key. This is the key to good animation right here in everything. If you just make sure your timing is this on everything, like literally everything, your eyebrow, your eyelid, your eyeball, your teeth, your mouth, your hands, your fingers, you'll have good animation. That is the trick. Just that right there. If you could pay me any amount of money to say what's the one thing you could do, that would be it for everyone. Unless they're already doing that, then it'd have to be something else. But that's the key. And so if you do that here, and then you've obviously got that nice ease here. So don't forget when they touch, get that compression. I'm exaggerating it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at the moment they're just joining, but then when they join, you want to get
Right. Right.
the compression.
But like, I guess like I get what you're saying about like the spacing, the timing, all that. But you also say, you know, by the time you get to polish, she might not even have a phone. So I'm
Yeah.
like, well, does it make sense to do that level of like breakdowns if she may not even have a phone? You know what I mean?
Well, they're two
Or
completely different things.
what's
Timing and like timing should always be good. There's no point having bad timing at any stage of the shot.
okay.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I
that's
do, but it's also like um
the pose and what you do in the shot might change, but the way you animate it should always be correct. That's
okay.
like you like she could stand up and yeah, she'll still need to stand up with good timing or whatever she does, she'll still need to have good timing. But she can do different things for sure. Well, all I'm saying is like don't stress so much about things too early like that, like this one for example. Just because that one is like a my point is like I did say to stress about things, but just not this one in particular because it's an easy fix. It's nothing major. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you just like it's like just choosing where to put your effort. You know what I mean? Like do I want to
Yeah.
spend?
Well,
Yeah,
I guess that's a good way to say it, like where to put your effort, right? So, um, if it's between, um, you know, adding more breakdowns, making the timing better on that arm, or uh, hitting one of the other notes that you drew last week. Um, like I was kind of prioritizing trying to hit all the notes, even though I know there's obviously room for improvement on a lot of it. Um, but I guess like to me it's like easy to add, it's easy to change the timing. It's easy to add you know, add a breakdown or whatever on the arm rather than um like coming up with a new face shape, for example, that takes time. Like to make a new pose, that's going to take you bit.
Yeah, yeah, the
Um,
face is a long one.
so, when it comes to like this or that, which like are you saying I should prioritize timing over like new interesting poses? You know what I mean?
Not at all, no. No, I think you should. Everything's kind of got equal priority. The way I look at a shot, I think you could take the polish principle that I do, which is like you watch the shot and something's going to stand out to you. Like the first thing I gave you a note on was the leg. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So like let's say I'm polishing, I'm like, oh, the leg stands out to me. I fix the leg. I watch it again. What's the next thing? Oh, the stiff shoulder. So I fix the stiff shoulder. And I'm like, what's the next thing? Well, that timing's a bit flat. So I fix the timing. Then I watch it, and the next thing that sticks out to me, and then I'll just fix it in sequence of what is calling my attention. What is catching me? What can I see that I need to fix? And then eventually I watch it until there's nothing catching my eye, and then I'll send it to my lead, and then he'll find a million things and then send it back, and then I'll fix all his things, and then like basically when it gets to the point that I can't see anything to fix anymore, is when I would send it for feedback to someone else. Because if I can see something to fix, there's no point them telling me that something I already know. Like if I can see that I need to fix this, then there's no point. Obviously, if there's time constraints and you just want to get notes on the bits you have done, you can just mention it. I remember once I was in like dailies at the studio and I said, so I just want to get notes on this part because I haven't done this. And the first thing they said was something about the other part. And I was just like,
Right. That happens all the time.
yeah, had to
Happens
stick
all the
to
time.
it.
But I guess for myself, I feel like I tend to agree with you, like when if I know there's things to do that I need to fix, then why get feedback? Well, I think there's value in getting feedback so that you don't go down the wrong path because like if you go back to week two, like obviously there's a lot of things that are not polished in week two, right? But there's also acting choices that you're not a big fan of?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense for me to polish those acting choices and then for me to show it when it's way further along, you'd be like, yeah, we need to change all these?
No, I agree with you completely. I agree with you completely. It's there's a balance, right? There's like there's broad strokes and there's fine strokes. So you can get like yeah, this is not polished, but how's the broad strokes? Which is what you did last week. You're like, this is not polished, but how's my acting choices? And you notice I just gave you notes on the broad strokes, like the pose sort of thing. And then this week it's kind of the same thing. Like you see, I haven't touched the face yet with anything because the broad strokes are still on the outside. So yeah, there's still definitely value. It's more like you got to take everything with a grain of salt, right? Like that sort of thing. But in regards to prioritizing, as you mentioned before, all the notes is equal to each other in that they're going to make the shot better. There's not one note that's there's bits that need more work, but all the notes are there to help the shot, so they should all be done. And the priority is just whatever you feel comfortable working with. Like maybe there's no point fixing this shoulder until you fix something else, right? So there's the priority of what notes to address is just basically up to you to do. But there is no priority in my opinion. It's just however you work, whichever one's gonna. Because I guess the idea is like if you work, you don't want to fix the arm until you fix the core, because as soon as you move the core, the arm's gonna thing. So there's that kind of priority like in a sequence, but outside of that, it's just whatever you feel like working on at the
Okay.
time. Yeah. Um, Yeah, so we've only got a bit over time, so and then there's 4 minutes until the meeting cancels because I'm on the free plan of Zoom now because you're my only student, so I don't need the 3 hour thing. So the I would say everything is enough to keep you going, and as I said, if you do need help throughout the week, you can always send it to me. But I think that the biggest thing outside of the connectivity, like the isolated movements and the timing is the facial animation. So one thing I will say is watch this and then give that and then this is only like an hour long or something. It's a short. I think it's under an hour. It's like 40 minutes, um, and then that should help a little bit. And then the only big note that I have on the face is that like it's nice to have this kind of asymmetry, but it's a bit pushed. It's a bit pushed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So she kind of looks like she's been like kicked in the jaw by a horse or something, and she's like talking out the side of her mouth like this, you know. So especially here, like because we don't like it's nice on some poses, but not every pose. You know, like you want to bring it there, but you don't also want to keep it. And it's the same sort of thing with this exaggeration here with the head, right? Like this kind of squish is good, but not in this scenario. And it's the same sort of thing with this sort of like this squash is good, but not so much in this scenario. And it's just a tiny bit too much, right? Like you got it like that. Like I'm sure if you just brought it back like little, like you want it to be subtle, not so like at the moment it looks like she's really shoved to the side. That's the only thing I'll say.
Usually I get the opposite note, so it's good to hear that that's too much.
Yeah, it's always good because you can rein it back, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I'd say to that. And then also there's just no connectivity between the face. But if you watch that, that should fix that a lot. And it sounds like you know how because you mentioned that technique to copy the curves. Um,
Yeah. I wanted to make sure you were cool with the acting before I worried about copying any curves.
well, definitely if you watched last week, if you watch this shot, it's wildly better. Can you see the difference?
In terms of connectivity or in terms of what? What do you mean?
Just everything. It's just a much better shot. Like it's more clean. It's more clear. It's not. It makes sense. She's just chilling. It's just working a lot better. I think it looks great.
I feel like in terms of like animation polish or whatever, I feel like it's a little bit better than last week, but I feel like the acting choices are uh more refined in this week.
Exactly. Exactly. And one thing that I would say is if you press